Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Now we are going to cover types of research. This is part 2 video of type of research. Then let's start the concept. On the basis of logic, research is classified into two types, that is inductive research and deductive research. On the basis of logic, there is two types. Okay, remember it, that is inductive research and deductive research. Okay, then what is inductive research? Inductive research is what? Inductive research, it is termed as bottom up approach. What? Bottom up approach, it means particular to general. Okay, then it is also known as theory building research. If the question comes which research is known as theory building research, then you have to go with inductive research. Okay, then it comes under qualitative research. Okay, it is also related to qualitative research. It means qualitative research adopt the inductive research. It means inductive research is one of the methodology which is in under qualitative research. Okay, then inductive research consists three steps. What are they? This is observation, observing the pattern, and develop a theory. That's why it is also called theory building research. Okay, I hope this concept is cleared of all of. Then move to the next, deductive research. Deductive research, it is the opposite of inductive research. Okay, it is termed as top down approach. It means general to specifics, whereas inductive research specific to general. Okay, remember it, this is the opposite of inductive. Then it is known as theory testing research, but inductive research is known as theory building. Just remember who is the theory testing and who is the theory building. Okay, then verification of theory, it means already existing theories. What are the existing theories? They are, it means review of related literatures are important roles here. Okay, because when you develop research methodology, if you take the inductive research methodology, then you have to consider the existing theories and verify the theories, then after you have to go. Okay, then it is under quantitative research. Okay, quantitative research adopt this deductive research, but inductive is when, if inductive is under qualitative research as well, deductive research also in the quantitative research. Okay, then it has also some steps. Okay, then first step is existing theory, then formulate hypothesis, then collect data, then analyze data, then do or don't reject hypothesis or conclusion. Okay, remember these steps, it will helpful to collect in examination. Okay, then move to next concept. On the basis of process and approach, research is classified qualitative and quantitative. Okay, there's two, qualitative and quantitative. Okay, then quantitative research, let's know on quantitative research. It depends on numerical data. What? Numerical data such as statistic and measurement. Measurement means what? Ratio and interval scale. Okay, then the result are usually present in table or graph. Results are present by whom? Presented in table and graph. This research is used for proof. This research is used for what? Proof. Okay, then it is also known as linear or structural research. Okay, then it is an inquiry into identified problem based on testing theories measured within numbers and analyzed using statistical techniques. If the question comes which research used statistical techniques, this is quantitative research. Okay, then it is data oriented. What? It is data oriented. It is data oriented. Then it is deductive in nature. Okay, before we also know that deductive research it comes under quantitative research. That's why it is deductive in nature. It means general to specific. Okay. Then role of literature review is major role because it is data oriented and start with a theory. It means review of literatures is has the major role. Okay. Then it tells answer about what and when type of questions is answer. Then testing hypothesis, it is the important thing, testing hypothesis. Okay. Then objective in natures. Okay, remember it, which research is objective in nature means quantitative research is what, objective in nature. What is the nature? Then sample size is always larger. Then probability sampling is used, which sampling used in quantitative research, that is probability sampling. Probability sampling, you know, there is what, a random, then stratified, simple, cluster. Then move from general to specific, that it move from general to specific, that is theory the conclusion. Okay, that is the theory to conclusion. It means theory to conclusion. Okay, first we consider what, theories, existing theories. It means review of related literatures. Then after the questions comes, then you have to proceed like this. Okay, then that's why it is conclusive in nature. Okay, then such type of quantitative research types. Okay, survey research, descriptive research, correlation research, experimental research, ex post fact research. These are some examples of quantitative research or types of research. Okay, then qualitative research. Come to qualitative research. Qualitative research, it is what, based on word, feelings, emotion, sound, and on other non-numerical or unquantifiable elements. Okay, then it is inductive in nature. Inductive in nature, it means specific to general. Okay, specific to general. Then it tells answer about why type of questions it answer. Okay, it is done for discovery about something, discovery, while discovery something it is used. Okay, unstructured data, it means a spiral in nature. Okay, data is unstructured. Okay, role of literature review is minor. Your literature review doesn't have an impact. Non-probability sampling is used. Okay, non-probability sampling used. Sample size is smaller in number. Sample size is smaller. Subjective in nature. Okay, then use as emergent research design, when not fixed plan but emergent research design it is used. Okay, then develop context bound generalization. Remember it, context bound generalization. Okay, in qualitative research, which generalization is there any generalization term exist? If the question like this, then you have to what, you have to go with context bound generalization. Okay, then in this research hypothesis is not formulated because here review of related research is not. Okay, then you have to also consider it that hypothesis is not formulated. Okay, it means the quantitative research is opposite completely to qualitative research. Okay, then you can differentiate it perfectly. Okay, you can differentiate it. It means these are the characteristics of quantitative and qualitative research that you can differentiate perfectly. Okay, then it will be more helpful for connecting with the questions. Then such examples, it means exploratory research, grounded theory, ethnography study, participatory research, biographical studies. Okay, these are such examples of what, qualitative research. Okay, then so these are our complete part 2 concept. Then thank you for watching the video completely. I will cover part 3 very soon. Till then, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.